in the morning.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is a truly beautiful day to dive deep into the drama of Genoa City. We have been thinking so much about the Winters family lately. And the absolute bombshell that just dropped has left us completely speechless. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's process this massive revelation together. You know, when you watch a storyline unfold, sometimes you get this sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. A feeling that something just isn't right. That is exactly how it felt watching Dr. Stephanie Simmons finally sit down with Nate Hastings. The air in that room was just so incredibly heavy. You could practically cut the tension with a knife. Stephanie looked so burdened, so completely exhausted by the weight of her own secrets. It makes you wonder, how long can a person carry a lie of that magnitude before it completely crushes them from the inside out? Nate was just sitting there, looking at her with that analytical, medical calmness of his, but even he had to sense that the ground was about to fall right out from under the entire Winters family. And then, she said it. She actually said the words out loud. After all this time, after Malcolm Winters nearly died from aplastic anemia, after he miraculously survived thanks to Kane's bone marrow and found a new will to live because he thought he had a son, Stephanie confessed that Malcolm is not Holden's biological father. I mean, just pause and think about the absolute cruelty of that timing. My heart just aches so deeply for Malcolm. He has been through so much physical and emotional hell recently, holding onto the idea of building a family with Holden as his anchor. To have that ripped away, it is just profoundly devastating. You really have to question Stephanie's morality here. How could she let Malcolm believe this beautiful lie? But the shock doesn't even stop there, because the truth of who Holden's real father is just completely rewrites the entire history of the Winters family. When Stephanie looked at Nate and revealed that Holden's father is Neil, the late, great Neil Winters, I think my jaw literally dropped. Neil Winters, it is almost too much to process. Neil, the patriarch, the man of honor, the man who held everyone together, to think that he had a secret son out there all this time, a son that his own brother believed was his. It just sends shivers down your spine when you think about the massive implications this has for everyone who loved Neil. Let's just take a moment to really think about the profound, almost tragic irony of this situation, because the history between Malcolm and Neil is so incredibly complicated. We all remember the painful history with Drusilla, right? Malcolm slept with Drusilla, which resulted in Lily, but Neil raised Lily as his own daughter 4 years before the biological truth came out. And now, from beyond the grave, the roles are entirely reversed. Neil slept with Stephanie, resulting in Holden, but Malcolm was led to believe that Holden was his biological son. It is this poetic, agonizing symmetry that just breaks your heart. It's like the ghost of Neil Winters is still shaping the destiny of his brother. You just have to wonder, is this some kind of cosmic karma, or just a deeply tragic coincidence that will destroy Malcolm all over again? When you listen to Stephanie's reasoning, it just brings up so many conflicting emotions. She tried to explain her past love for Neil, the complex circumstances of their romance, and her ultimate decision to hide the pregnancy. She claims she was protecting Malcolm. Or maybe she was protecting Neil's legacy, but honestly, it feels like she was just protecting herself. I feel this genuine anger towards her. How do you look at a man who is fighting for his life, a man who is so desperate for a connection, and let him embrace a son that isn't his? And how do you deny a boy the right to know his true father, especially a man as respected as Neil? Stephanie is going to have to face a massive reckoning, and I genuinely don't know if she can ever be forgiven for this level of deception. And poor Nate, just imagine being in his shoes right now. He is a doctor, a man of science and logic, but he is also a member of this family. His mother, Olivia, loved both Neil and Malcolm so deeply. Now, Nate is burdened with this explosive, radioactive secret. You can see the intense conflict in his eyes. The ethical dilemma of a doctor bound by confidentiality, warring with the moral obligation of a nephew and a cousin. He interrogated Stephanie, demanding to know why she kept this hidden for so many years, but no answer she gives could possibly justify the collateral damage this is going to cause. Nate is standing on a landmine, and he knows that the second he steps off, the entire Winters family is going to blow up. Then, of course, there is Holden. Oh, my heart just shatters into a million pieces when I think about Holden. This poor young man came to Genoa City looking for answers, looking for his roots. He finally allowed himself to be vulnerable, to forgive his mother for her past lies, and to open his heart to Malcolm. He thought he finally knew who he was. And now, to face this shattering truth. To realize that his entire identity is built on yet another foundation of lies. The betrayal he must feel towards his mother has to be absolute. How can he ever look at Stephanie again and trust a single word that comes out of her mouth? It is just so incredibly unfair to him. Holden is going to be thrown into a massive identity crisis. He is still a Winters, but a completely different kind of Winters. He is the son of Neil. That carries a completely different weight, a different legacy in Genoa City. He is going to have to reconcile the image of the father he thought he had with the reality of a legendary man he never got the chance to meet. The grief of losing a father he never knew, combined with the betrayal of the mother who raised him. It is a psychological nightmare. You can just feel the profound isolation he is about to experience. He is surrounded by family, yet he has never been more alone. And what about Malcolm? When the truth finally reaches him, I honestly fear for his survival. The plastic anemia weaken his body, but this will destroy his soul. Malcolm has always struggled with feeling like he was in Neil's shadow, always fighting for his own place in the world and in his family. To find out that the son he just embraced, the son who gave him the strength to survive his illness, is actually Neil's child, it is the ultimate cruelty. He is going to question every single thing about his relationship with Stephanie, his connection to Holden, and his entire place within the Winters family. The trust is completely gone. I just don't know how a person recovers from a betrayal of this magnitude. The ripple effects of this secret are going to be absolutely catastrophic for Lily, too. Just think about her current situation. She is already fighting a ruthless corporate war at Chancellor Winters, dealing with Billy's threats, Devon's anger, and the fallout of her fake kidnapping plot. She just brought Holden into her inner circle, defending him against Devon and Nate because she believed he was her biological half-brother through Malcolm. Now, the truth is that Holden is her legal half-brother through Neil, but biologically her cousin. The sheer emotional whiplash of that is staggering. Lily is going to feel completely blindsided. She is fiercely protective of Neil's legacy, and finding out he had a secret son is going to rock her understanding of the father she idolized. But perhaps the most explosive reaction of all is going to come from Devon. Oh boy, Devon is going to absolutely lose his mind over this. We all know how deeply protective Devon is of Neil's memory and the Winters legacy. Devon is Neil's adopted son, and he has always carried that mantle with such intense, sometimes suffocating pride. He already despised Holden, viewing him as an opportunistic grifter trying to cash in on Lily and Malcolm. But now Holden is revealed to be Neil's actual, biological flesh and blood. You can just imagine the profound, visceral jealousy and insecurity that is going to erupt inside Devon. Devon's entire identity as Neil's primary male heir is suddenly threatened by Holden's biological claim. He is going to question everything. He will likely attack Stephanie relentlessly for tarnishing Neil's pristine image, but underneath all that rage will be a terrifying fear of being replaced. Devon has been acting so erratically lately, pushing Abby away, fighting with Lily over corporate control. This revelation is going to be the spark that ignites a massive, destructive fire within him. He will not accept Holden. He will fight this tooth and nail, and in doing so, he might just tear the rest of the family completely apart. The Winters family is facing a threat unlike anything they have ever seen, and it is coming from within their own bloodline. The legacy of Chancellor Winters, the unity that Neil always fought so hard to maintain, it is all hanging by a thread. This secret is a poison that is going to seep into every single relationship. Lily against Devon, Malcolm against Stephanie, Holden against the world. It makes you wonder if a family can ever truly heal from something this deeply rooted in deception. Neil was the glue that held them together, but now, a secret from his past is the very thing tearing them apart. It is a brilliant, agonizing twist of fate. As we watch this storyline unfold, we are just filled with so much anticipation and dread. Stephanie has opened Pandora's box, and there is absolutely no closing it now. The emotional fallout is going to be spectacular, heartbreaking, and completely unforgettable. We will be watching every single episode, holding our breath, and hoping that somehow, these characters can find their way through this darkness. But right now, it just feels like the storm is only beginning.